This is about you weirdos. Let's see what we can do here. See if we can talk about this wonderful, beautiful morning. Some things that were on my mind as I was cooking up a little bit of breakfast, which I don't usually eat. Maybe it was my eating that caused me to want to get on this thing and talk for a little bit. Pull a couple things out. I had some dreams last night, so that was pretty interesting. Maybe maybe what I'm talking about now is part of my dream that I didn't remember. But I wanted to talk about this. What up, Justin Sane? I want to talk about just the standard practice that's going on these days with this whole what up, El Chem? This whole love and light bullshit, you know, and how it's you can't say anything against these people. It's like I remember this wildly insane Jewish woman. I forget what her name is, but there's a quote out there that, and this was from the 80s and 90s, that anti-Semitism is no longer a term for people that dislike Jews, but when Jews dislike someone. And it got flipped around. And I feel like we're in that zone right now when it comes to people that are all about this love and light shit, where you're going to get attacked. What up, Francis? You're going to get attacked by people in droves. If you come out here and say something about nonsense that somebody says about love and light, namaste, oh, if you say something about them, their little minions and followers will be all up in your ass, like, you know, without knowing a damn thing about what you talk about. I mean, this is obviously going that way for veganism and shit. Like, I mean, right now it's kind of cute for people to make fun of vegans, but it's getting to the place, and this has to do with this agenda. You know, I think people gave it a number, Agenda 21 or something. I don't know, and it has to do with transhumanism and veganism and all of this. This nonsense about disassociating humans from other humans as well as other species, and just this condition and making us automatons and part of the inorganic construct. But yeah, God, a victim of the love and light. That's for damn sure. People are like, oh yeah, love and light is everything. Like, motherfucker, we struggle every day out here. That's the only way you get to see any light. You know, a seed that's been buried, the only way it's getting to see any light is to struggle. And these cats out here seeing false light every day, and if you say anything even remotely like somebody was commenting about some shit today, it's always that, it's this love and light channel. Oh, prayers out to everybody in Las Vegas. I'm like, you're sleepyhead. You're a sleepyhead, aren't you? You don't know what's going on here. You still watch the news and you're claiming to be woke up and like love and light. You don't even know what's going on. You're you know, it's funny. It's like, you know, you wake up in the morning, right? Woke up in the morning. You'd come out the womb and you got fed Similac, and right now as adults, people on these vegan diets, you're eating a bunch of Similac. It's simulated nutrition. It's a fake nutrition. It's a simulation of it. It's not true. Just like this love, and I'm making this coordination here. Just like this love and light shit. I'm not against it, you know what I mean? I'm not like it. It's obviously part of this whole experience. Like, yeah, it's a beautiful day. Let's go out and dance and have a party. You know, much love to everybody. But it ain't like that for everybody right now. There are plenty of things that people that are really throwing light waves and sound waves and acoustics and resonance and frequencies. There's people out here. We still got to struggle to wake people up. I mean, and I don't like saying the term wake people up, but. And then you got these fake ass motherfuckers on the computer that like, yo, come out and see me. You can't come to these places. You're not going into the dark, dingy holes that I go into. You're gonna go in there claiming all love and light. You get smacked upside the head. Come talk with that foolish shit. People struggling out here for real still, and you're like, oh, because you got it nice. You got a little cushy little day job. You got a cushy little thing. You know, people out here get it real confused. Oh, you're 19 years old. You got the you're going to college, and you're seeing, you know, I mean, you know, seeing the ways of the world, and everything's just, you know, we're educating each other out here, and it's all harmony. I'm smoking lots of dank off of my father's bank. I feel sorry for these people that are shooting up crank, you know. I know I'm just a little girl, but when I grow up, I'm gonna be a professional skank. We can't be scared of all of these people with their guns and tanks. I know my father, when he was in the military, he was in the ranks. And my older brother, he used to listen to my man Shabba Ranks. But really though, I mean, it's just all of these people that, you know, they have these barriers and barriers of shit you can't say against them. You can't say nothing. Yeah, exactly, Alchem. You can't say anything against these people. They got their onion layer of minions that are out there, like standing in front of them saying, no, you can't say that. And it's funny because they're like, if you say anything against them, they'll attack you. I'm like, isn't that what you don't want me doing? But yet you're willing to do it yourself. You know, come correct with it. So maybe we all got to come out here and make ourselves some sigils and some minions and start, you know, crashing people's happy birthday parties. You know, shit, it's my birthday every day. It's my party every day. Come join. So let me see what you all. I wasn't looking at what you all saying. I was just. I just cooked up some breakfast. I was tripping out. I got my dose of wake the fuck up. There's shit going on here. You can't just sleep in when people are out here talking stupid shit on Instagram. I will be an Instagram warrior. What up, Jordan Wyland? Danny and Love Katesh and Gotti and all these cats out here. Justin, what's up? What's up? Francis, yeah, I can dress and act like my rock star, but can you play your own music? Exactly. Yeah, that is the love and light jargon. Goddamn right. That is a perfect way of putting it. Everybody out here, you know, they think they put the costume on. They play the part. They do it real well, but the moment they got to play that musical instrument, they ain't down with it. They're not down with the cause. Man, you really look like it. I thought you was the real deal out here. That's what everybody does. This whole love and light thing, like, man, oh man. You know, people should start to get really familiar with what the grays are. You know what the gray is? It's your brain. They talk about the gray aliens, throwing the V out there like you're Spock. You know what that means? It means using your brain. You know why they don't care about anything and they sit in the middle? Because your brain has no feeling. It's gray matter. That's why you can spell gray Grey or Gray. Because it doesn't really matter. It's a choice. And so people should get a little more familiar with what the gray faction of aliens are. And that is, you know why it's called an alien? Because a brain is fucking alien to most people because they don't use it. They're too busy using regurgitated bullshit. You know, they're too busy spitting up, choking up food they can't digest and process and saying the same tired ass shit every day. Is this too early for this? Is this am I wilding out too early in the morning? Yeah. Oh, bagels. Let me see what's going on. Let me just throw a card out here and see why I'm acting such a fool. The bag of ale. Yeah, I was meditating on the whole Zionist thing and everything, and the illusion artist, and like this whole you know, it's the thing with the Las Vegas is funny to me. Like, it's so obvious, and these people out here, like, so many of them in the Love and Light movement, like, oh, we gotta pray for these people. I'm like, what you mean pray for these people? I thought you weren't religious. I thought you was about like Om Namah Shivaya. I thought you was about like some namaste, motherfuckers. Oh, excuse me, you can't say motherfuckers. I mean gaya fucker. they when they curse, they be saying gaya love. Oh, you gaya lover. This is my motherfucker over here. This is my gaya lover over here. But yeah, I was meditating on that and how, you know, these people out here saying they're gonna pray for these people. And oh yeah, some of these people are gonna give money. They're gonna give money to all of these victims. Yo, you realize if this shit was real, they wouldn't be able to put it on TV because there can't be a fucking court case against it. If it's on TV, they can't. It's destroyed the case. that dude, whoever the fuck that's shooting up the building and whatever, you can't, you have to understand if it's on TV, null and void. It's fucking fake. And if people did get hurt, they signed a fucking no contention waiver clause contract saying, hey, if you happen to get hurt during this whole fucking thing, you can't sue us and you can't tell nobody. That's Hollywood, homie. they sign their shit away. I mean, in truth be told, you can't sign those rights away. Truth be told, if they knew any better and they weren't a bunch of fucking junkies running out there for $20 an hour selling out everybody, if they knew any better, they could. That contract don't hold no water. You can't sign your right to human life, liberty, protection, and you can't sign that away. So anybody that is watching this that got involved in one of them false flag terror bullshits, that you crisis actor motherfuckers. Hey, I love you too. I understand you got to make money, but for real, they can't hold you to that. Fuck that. Find everybody else that did that. There's tens of thousands of people that did this. You can find lawyers that will help take care of your shit, and in fact, do it pro bono. Or maybe you could use some of that cheese that you made from putting your audition tape online, so you could get a couple $1,000s from people, all the people that got their heartstrings pulled at and tugged, watching the TV, the media, going, oh, the victims, they chose to be their fucking victims. They victimized themselves, and now their brain, this is how it works. I hate to be the bearer of the illusion. This ain't bad news. That's what I always try to say to people. This shit ain't bad news. This is good news. The good news is the Holocaust didn't happen. The good news is World War II ain't what you think it is. The good news is slavery didn't happen the way you think it did. That's the good news. It ain't bad news that 6 million people didn't die in a Holocaust. It ain't bad news that slaves didn't come from Africa. Those two are good news. That's good news. The real shit is, if people get into the real research and the real history of self, and where we are now, and what the human condition and story is, and then looking at everything's Hollywood. Everything is this giant tragic comedy play that people are writing out. And once people get a key into this, and you realize how things are all blown out of proportion, made to be just pulling on your emotional codexes, and realize we ain't talking about feelings here. We're talking about emotions here. It's hard to get your feelings hurt. It's easy to play with emotions. So, people got to really, I don't know how to do it. Tell people to come listen to me. I don't care what anybody's got to say. This shit is my show. I'll delete your dumb ass if you got something stupid to say. And I'm being funny too, in the sense of 99% I'm out here just, delivering good things and a positive message and whatever. So, I don't know. I'm all about just people, you gotta understand right now where we are, and who's part of the. There's not good and bad. There's good, and then there's ignorant. That's all. There's a bunch of ignorant people stunting, writing newspapers. Stunting and writing is runting. Running some newspapers and being part of a cast of derelicts out here writing bullshit and making people do things out of fear. And it's like that, It's like that. Just see what the cards got to say. What I throw down here? Yeah. What was it? Judgment card. Yeah. See? What I tell you? Judgment upside down. Boom, boom. Just as I speak it. Shit. Well, come on. You got to master the craft with the cards in his hands. These cards are connected to my hands. These aren't even separate from me. When you start thinking about that kind of stuff, then you can start performing telekinesis and moving things. But yeah, right now all I got is about a bowel movement because I drank too much coffee and ate some shrimp and grits for breakfast. So, what you all talking about here? What's going on? Oh, your sides are hurting good. Yeah, whatever. A bit of coffee in the pee is nice, man. Yeah, it adds a nice little aroma to the second time through. And so how do we fix these things? How do we fix these people that are upside down in their value systems, their judgments, and the way that they level things out? How do How do we adjust that? Well, we become like the pagans. We become like the pagans. I told you. What don't you get about this? This is the pagan deck, right here. This is the church deck, basically, right there, the sun. These things are. It's too easy. It's too powerful. So that's how you fix it. You bring the motherfucking light. I was just listening to Al Cam when he said bring the light. There you go. But I don't know. It's 11:11 right on time. Bang bang. 11:11. Little brother, one of my favorite rap acts. Rap acts. What's that? So what is going on today? Yes, sir. What is going on today? What is good today in the world? Yeah, what is good in the world today? I've always wanted to start like a newspaper, and instead of being like a newspaper that's all tragic and tragic Bronson, come out here like a newspaper with like, oh, I don't know, the 90% of the world that's actually something amazing. You know, get a print and press and start doing it that way. We'll bring the love and light through the media, and I'll hire all these people that are just sparkling tokens of joy that are just out here telling everybody about how lovely and wonderful the world is, and they can write articles about everything they know, and they can bring the world up. Yay! Can't we just love each other now? And we can get this. This dude had the audacity this morning. He said, can't we just stop this, guys, and love each other, and so we can all ascend. And I comment. I'm like, and this is a dude with a real big channel. I'm like, honestly, I'm shaking my head and curious. What do you mean ascend? Everybody out here talking about ascension, yet I still see them. Where'd they go? Where you at? No, you went ascend. No, you moved to a tiny little community so you could get away from the actual world. You could get away from it. You didn't ascend nowhere. You moved laterally. You laterally moved across this plane. You ain't bringing the plane up. Oh, you think you need everybody else to love everything so we can ascend? Go where? Where's everybody going? You know what I mean? Gaddy Tracks, don't take the simulated reality serious. We live in a video game. Well, you know, even if we do, feelings are still feelings, my friend. You know, people. I've played that game before. Simulated reality or not, you know, it's pretty dense out here, ain't it? They even program in the video game that we could have dreams and out of body experiences and stuff. That's kind of fun, but people still out here busting their head open. People still out here stressed all day. People still out here in this computer simulated world that I know that I can personally attest to, putting my finger and touching them, knowing they exist, talking to them, looking into their eyes consciously, and knowing that their life is miserable and ain't like it should be in this simulated reality, if that's what you think it is. Because if you can point to the real reality, please show me. I would love to be there. I'll come hang out there. I mean, obviously I've been out of body, but obviously I've been to places that are, oh, you know, but, you know, is that how we all ascend? What, you know, get on that, what is love anyways? Tell me about it. Tell my uncle about that when he was touching me with horses, and he would beat me, and he'd just tell me to hold the horse, just hold him this way. Well, I just gotta fill this bag up, and we're just gonna bathe in it. Wait, did I just? Is this live? Is this live right now? Oh shit! Uh-oh, this is the paid for content. Can I rewind that? Y'all, come on, damn it. Whoops. Rewind selector. Big up yourself, rude boy. It's getting funny here at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. in the morning. You know what? I always had a problem with people. It's 11 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, that's what a.m. means. I got it. Don't be redundant in the Department of Redundancy. You know. You know, it's 9:30 p.m. in the evening, and yeah. I got you. I got you. Pick one. Just stop. Hmm. Gary. Gary with the Uncle Jerry. I bet he was quite hairy. He probably had a bird. Most likely a canary. Yeah. I grew up, I used to have a crush on a fairy. Make it all like 1980s, real easy punchline rap. Just get right to it. Oh, red hair. Yeah. Well, oh well. Uh, I think this African dream root that I've been chewing on is starting to do something. Because my dream last night, I remembered it because somebody asked me about writing with your left and right hand and what that would cause. And then I remembered last night I was writing in my dream with my left hand, and I remembered how comfortable and obvious it was. I was like, oh, this is easy. And so I was like drawing with both hands. It's pretty excellent. It's like, of course I can do this. Why didn't I think of this before? And actually, that kind of funnels into somebody said, "Can you learn in dreams?" I think learning something physical might be a little more difficult in a dream, but you surely can, if you can stay lucid, learn another language, because that's using your memory. You know, that's using your mind. So you can certainly learn maybe even to read music. Maybe you could definitely learn to languages. You could learn things that aren't kinesiological, because the transference of your spirit body to this body would be way too hard. Like that's already that's already the problem going there. People like tripping all over the place, spinning out, slipping on things because it's a different density. So bringing back, like, say learning to dance or something, or learning to play football or basketball is going to be a little bit harder. See how quick we can just change gears to Gary getting fondled by his uncle to learning new languages. See the transition here? We got plenty of gears in this system. It's all just under the bridge. Oh man, I dated so many social workers and people that work at mental institutions, or people like it's always funny too to me, because like chicks like straight out of college, and they think they know like how the mind works or something, and these chicks are like out there on the weekends doing the same stupid shit as somebody else, like doing drugs, and just totally like their life is in shambles, and their job is actually to help other people's lives. And I'm like, it's so curious to me. I'm not talking about you, love. Your life is probably pretty much in a much better order than who I'm talking about. But there's a general number. There's a big number of people that have jobs as helpers of the mind when their mind is toe up itself. Too many of those, in fact. And that's a big, it's always people that want to help a situation that don't know what the hell's going on. It's like the monkey that saw the fish, and he thought the fish was drowning, so he picked him up and put him up in a tree. That's basically what most people that deal in the mental health fields are. I mean, obviously, it's so wound up and bound into dogmatic belief systems of people that wrote books in prior ages that are actually probably more like part of Freudian complexes, as well as status belief system, as well as patriarchal consciousness. And so there's not too many women coming from women with strong women attitudes. And even if you go that way, then that's already imbalanced the ship. So finding somebody that is a true light worker, mental health worker, that's few and far between. But when they do come out, they're genius. Yeah, allowing. Yes. Love is social work. Alchem, the Society. Is that a movie? Glenn Halligan. Well, thank you for joining, man. I'm glad you enjoy. We guys talk some fun stuff out here. Whether it's my one directional stuff or my the newer stuff, I've been enjoying this. Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure, Alchem. Yeah, whether it's just one directional stuff that I've been doing for a long time, or like I kind of like doing this because it doesn't suck up any energy and space on my phone, and it kind of I'm a spitball the same way, but get a little bit of input, and I can kind of chug along a little different. But I'll still be doing the one directional thing soon. The UK, massive. Well, let's see what the day is going to look like. I mean, I already answered those questions. Let's just see. Let's see what the day is going to look like. Cause it's been rainy out here, so it ain't gonna be rainy no more. Let's let me see. We'll do a card for the general mental attitude of the entire world. And I don't mean to offend anybody that would like to call it a realm. And I don't mean to offend anyone that would like to call it a globe. And I don't mean to offend anyone that will call it flat. Or if you think we live on the back of a donkey, or a turtle, or some other alien spacecraft, or as Bucky Fuller might say, Spaceship Earth. Let's see what the general attitude of the consciousness of the people is today. The consciousness of the people is the Chariots. The 8th card of the Major Arcana. And that's of the Golden Tarot, which is represented by the Archangel Michael. And there's justice and fair evaluation. But on the it calls it a positive, but it says respect for the hierarchy. I don't know. I guess it means the hierarchy of consciousness. So we'll leave it good with that. Yeah. So there we go. Justice and fairness. That's good. Now these people are paying attention. A little balance to things. Let's see what the general physical structure. Everybody's kind of physical day. It is Tuesday. Uh-oh. Achoo! Oh, there it is. I usually sneeze in pairs. I don't know why I just didn't. What has happened here? We've cut it in half. It's Taco Tuesday, so let's see what's going on. Maybe there'll be something Spanish happening here. Or Mexican, or whoever eats tacos. I don't know. Boom. Choice. I've never seen this card before. This is brand new. I haven't seen many of these in this deck. So this must be one of their strange ones that the pagans decided to throw into here. Let's see if it has. Oh, interesting. The traditional card for their choice card is the Devil. So the Devil card is wound up in here. This is what the Devil looks like. The Devil looks like a man with goat's horns on, holding a flame. They both look like they got goat feet, huh? I don't know. Yeah, and they got some hairy ass legs. Man, that chick needs to shave. I mean, I do what you need to do, but she need to wax or something. and apparently she, yeah, that's some overgrowth. She's not going to be a professional swimmer, definitely, because you gotta wax your whole body if you want to be fast in the water. And so the keywords for today for everyone: resonance, flexibility, choices, following your inner self, so you don't go get off of balance. Very interesting. These are very much akin. You know, I see the commonality between the chariot and the. Well, if you ride the devil, the choices of the devil on the chariot, and you'll get to where you need to go. Cool. There's the general feeling of the people today. I don't bless. It's a bloody mess when you bless. That's right, Gary. Blessing someone is like saying you'll pray for someone. Don't pray on me. Keep your prayers to yourself. You know. You can instill energy into me for sure. Don't pray. Pray is a bad word. Pray is a negative word if there is one. What do you think beasts do? They find prey. That's why it's involved with the church. When people say they'll pray for me, I'm like, keep that away from me. I'll curse you, homie. You pray, if you dare pray at me, I will curse you. I am a warlock. This woman came by me one day, and I had my staff with me. It was awesome staff of death, and she goes, "Are you a warlock?" And then she was dead serious. She was like super Christian, like she had the cape on and everything, and she flew through like, "Are you a warlock?" I'm like, what do you know? I'm not. I started laughing, but then I was like, I mean, she's like, then got into, do you know the word and the Lord of the Savior, Jesus Christ? And I was like, oh, sit down. You got it. Fine, let's have this talk, apparently. And then she said she'd pray for me. I was like, no, honey, you don't get to do that. You pray on me, and I will certainly respond in accordance with my warlockness. We don't play prayer games here. Yeah, silence, heathen. I smite your face, you wicked witch. That's so funny, because I asked her about that. I asked her about witchery. I'm like, you don't even know that you're a witch. Like, you don't even know that the church is all about craft. That's why you have priest. It's the priest craft. You know? Like, these people are real deal magicians. I mean, some of them don't know it. They're just following the recipes. It's like working in a kitchen. How about that? The church is like working in a kitchen. And you have people that are short order cooks, and you have even people that are even sous chefs that might not even be writing the recipes. Most of the time, sous chefs will be writing the recipes, but in a higher end restaurant, no. So if you think of the churches, what you have is a bunch of sous chefs taking the recipes out the book that was given to them by, whoever the major chef is, like, Elton Brown. He's the god. He's the demigod. He's the delivery of the book. And this is what people in churches do. They're just delivering the service and the sermon. They're delivering the works and the magic of what was written down and given to them. And then she's out here as part of his mass, because she went to mass, and she out here trying to spread the hypocrisy, the chaos, the delusion, the confusion, the adulterated word of the dead book, and then try to tell me and think that I'll just be like, and here we'll wind this in. I'm gonna be all love and light and all like, oh no, that's okay. Go ahead and just cast a spell on me. I won't do anything about it. Bullshit. That's karma right there. That's instant radical justification for someone's ignorant actions. I will not stand there and allow that. You're gonna walk up and let somebody spit in your child's face and put a curse on your child. You damn well wouldn't do that, and so you wouldn't let somebody do that to you. And so that's what's up. All thoughts are not forms of prayer, love. No, it is not. Thoughts are not made manifest until you attach yourself to them and make them resonant and then speak them forth. prayer is not. Prayer is what you do when you go after something, when you attain something, when you interject your own being into the consciousness. Thoughts are not conscious. Thoughts are a ticker tape of idiocy. Like right now, I'm thinking about a bear fucking an antelope. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? That's not a prayer. I'm thinking about 6 midgets walking down the street, riding a horse and 2 monkeys playing flutes. A bunch of people are having, you know what I mean? Like, no, thoughts are not prayers. Don't get it confused. A lot of people, no, they're not. Prayers are exactly what you do when you encourage and you manifest something. To think that all thoughts are prayers, then we'd be in a really terrible place right now. Because the thoughts that I've had, you would all be dead. You know what I mean? I'd be dead. Because could you imagine all the people that hate your face, that hate your life, that had a thought that you should die? That happens every day. Especially if you live in a major city, go to New York City. Go to New York City, and I guarantee you look at somebody and they don't like you, they'll tell you fuck off. And you better believe in their mind, in their thoughts, they would wish you would die. Why ain't their prayers coming true? Because it ain't a prayer. So, whatever. That's how that works. Ticker tape of boobies. Emerald Lagasse. Yeah, he's got a restaurant right down the street from me. Well, love, I don't know. You think everybody, to say people don't know what they want? Yeah, no, most people don't know what they want. That's why we're in a state of complete, like, I don't know. That's why nobody gets anything. Insanity produces nothing but is a form of prayer. I will once again, absolutely, that's ridiculous. No, it is not. Insanity, you don't know what sane is and you don't know what insanity is. That's classifiedly ridiculous and false. To call anything insane is reductionary, and it's also explicitly you're putting somebody into you're categorizing someone. And no, it's not. It's not a form of prayer. Insanity is not a form of prayer, just like sanity is not a form of prayer. How do you divide the two? The most insane people are wise. What does that mean? What does insane mean? I mean, break the word down. What is sane? What is inside of sanity? I'd rather be insane than out of sane, you know? Well, what is in control then? So we lack control, love? You say prayers do not come true because a subconscious connection and the like you said identify the fact that our minds are not in control. Well, then what's in control? Why? I disagree again, because my mind to a degree is in control. Why is it that I can manifest things that I speak forth? Apparently something's in control. Apparently I have some sort of, if I go outside right now and say my mind is in control and I get behind the wheel of a car, when I say I'm taking a right-hand turn, I'm taking a right-hand turn. The way you like overarch say something like that makes people powerless, and I don't agree with that at all. People are very powerful. And to say that the power is outside of us is ridiculous. To get into that, like, that goes back into the whole thing. Like, okay, are we powerful or not? Pick one. Thought on dark matter? I don't know, Supreme Gene. Dark matter is a really interesting one. The idea of dark matter is, I guess everything did come out of darkness. I mean, in that sense, that's a really long talk. I probably don't want to do that here because I don't know how long I'm going to be on here in dark matter and melanin and the soil and the earth and the sun, and that's a really, really long one. But I'm sure that if you get into all of my work, you'll find enough information on that concept of density versus what you'd call light, density and light. The fluid area that we live in is more of the the possibilities, and the creation occurs everywhere, kind of as we're swimming through this soup, but yet we stand on what is dark matter. We stand on the soil. The soil is the dark matter. As far as the scientist and NASA dark matter, that probably can, I'd probably throw that in the waste paper basket with the rest of the garbage and nonsense and bullshit that NASA and all the other fake space agencies and fake scientists explain to us. because you got to be in a very elite club. You know, it's called a club because they're beating us over the head with it every day. And you have to be very elite, meaning this is why all these little dorky peons become scientists. Look at me. I'm not a dork, right? And you're not a dork. You know why they become scientists? Because it gives them money and clout and power and energy that they didn't have. It doesn't make them smarter. Oh, they're smart because they're specialists. They specialize in something. A man shouldn't be a specialist. A man should be able to con a ship, change a baby's diaper, plant a garden, build furniture. A man should be able to do all things. And that's on the way to becoming what you were to begin with was, archetypical God. But dark matter, I guess, is just digging into the things that we don't know. Yeah, Glove. Obviously, I agree with more. As much as I'll say some dumb shit, I do agree with you on that for sure. Love is God or your higher self. I'm not gonna chop up those words, but yeah, definitely. And powerful. Yeah, people are afraid of power, and we definitely do give it away. Because nobody, as Alan Watts likes to put it, if you got to meet God and you were to ask, and he said, "What do you want?" What would you ask for? You'd be like, the ultimate power means also ultimate responsibility. It means, hey, you asked for it. Every moment you're completely, absolutely 100% in control of. That becomes very, very confusing at times. Thoughts on masturbation? It's too early to be thinking about masturbation, Justin. I don't think about masturbating, I just do it. It's kind of like anything, Well, what's this? I don't, masturbation should be used as a tool just as much as anything else. Some people have too much energy, they need to get rid of it, and some people need to build it up. Supreme Gene, teeth regeneration is completely associated with every single organ in your body. Go look up a chart on the reflexology points. So look at your hands, your feet, there's that, and their head, and there's one for your teeth. And your teeth are connected to your organs. If you want to regenerate your teeth, you have to regenerate that organ, or else it's not going to matter. You grow from the inside. Just like a tooth. The blood is what's making the tooth. So if you fix your organ, you can fix your teeth from inside out. If the opportunity arises, Gary, it's like chicks come over, you say, hey, why don't you come sit on my lap and we'll just talk about the first thing that pops up. Boom! Danny, I don't know. Danny, what you talking about? You got whales' penises jumping up in here? The hell are you talking about, whales' penises? Masturbation for magic, for sure. You can always build up energy. Do you always need to ejaculate during magical ceremonial work? No, I don't think so, but it definitely does. It does reach a plateau and a precipice, and it definitely will kind of, it stamps something in your consciousness. I mean, think about it. Think about what happens. It's like jumping off a cliff. It's like you're sitting there, you're with a woman, and when you finish, like, you either are comfortable with the person, you're like, oh, what the fuck did I just do? What did I just bring home a whale? And that was I was harking back to Danny's comment on whale penises. Did I just bring what is this billy goat that I just brought home with me? And in the same way, that magical act, I'm talking about using a piece of paper and a sigil or something. When you finish, you're putting so much power into that, right? You're like, damn, what did I do? I hope I didn't get that be pregnant or whatever, That's a thought, right? Oh shit, I hope something didn't just drip out, drip, drip, drop, Just because you'd be busting out on her chest or whatever, like, man, maybe hopefully I pulled out soon. Plan B. Oh shit, get that shit out of there, right? Well, magic is the same way, right? You could have intercourse with somebody, right, and not ejaculate, and so there's way less worry about anything, but there's still energetic flux between you. You're still, so in magic with the piece of paper, the same thing would be happening. So during that finishing act, finish her. you'd be putting your entire, you're dropping your load on it. You're putting your entire energy system. And what's happening is you're also, between the chemicals and between what happens in your brain, you're neurologically connecting to whatever you're staring at. So if that piece of paper has a sigil on it that's really, and you want it to be powerful, yeah, you're going to be putting a lot of power into that sigil. So, and you would wonder why I would know so much about these things. I've only, it's so funny. I've only done that one time. Danny did magic up paper. Did you use your feminine fluidiums or did you use blood? And yeah, you know what? I'll tell you all. Shit. I don't know if I should tell you all what I did. I don't know if you're allowed to. I don't know how that works in the magical realms. I guess it's not going to change anything. But I'll tell you this much. It happened with when I did it. It was right afterwards. That story, if anybody knows it, about me making it rain into a building. Like broke a window and rained into the building within a few minutes of me saying something. That's when I did that. And so that's always why when I talk about all this magic, and I was talking to somebody about, blood over intent and blood magic, like you're going to get what you put into there, so you better know what you're doing. And this is why I always say, no, you better, you don't hand somebody the keys to the Ferrari if they don't know how to drive. I handed my brother the keys to a 6-speed Audi TT. This shit was fresh oh man, it was a lovely car. And he swore he knew how to drive it. He did. He swore he knew how to drive a 6-speed. It came back there. I was like, why does it smell like burnt pancake batter? Oh, he blew that clutch out. He thought he could double clutch that shit like he was playing a video game on the computer. Oh my goodness. He torched that clutch. I had to get a brand new clutch put in that. But I mean that's like magic, you know what I mean? You better know what you're doing, or else you could do a lot of damage. You could do damage to yourself, to others. So any kind of high level magic is using, you could go work out all day and use that as energy. And here, let me give you a little side note on the psychology and magic. People used to think, all bodily excretions are. People used to think, I'm gonna tie magic and psychology together here. People used to think that going to the gym, like the guy that goes to the gym and works out, or hey, I'm stressed out, I had a bad day, and he's gonna go start punching, doing a punching bag or whatever. Well, for anybody that's smart enough to understand Pavlov dog theory, to understand basically a simple mathematical equation, what would happen with these people, what they thought was happening initially is like, oh, you've built up tension. You need to let go of that tension. Here, go hit the punching bag. Go do something. They found out they were more violent people. Not because they were violent people, but because their transition was that they had a belief that whenever they got angry, they should punch something. How simple, right? So they were actually using magical fluidium of their energetic body sweating on top of the idea of using their psychology of being, I'm upset with my girlfriend today. I'm going to go to the gym and punch the punching bag. Nothing changed. In fact, it only reinstilled and made him, the person, more want to use physical actions because of a mental paradigm that they had. So his result was, I'm angry, punch something. Now, turn that into the using because in the form of magic, is he's using mental and physical magic there, which becomes the resulting things becomes like him upgrading his physical and his mental prowess of power and energy, and the resulting thing was not very good. Sigil, fluid, and intent is definitely being. Oh, he did it. He finally. What up, Jeremiah? Jeremiah the sundialer. Does blood magic take anything away from you? Yeah, obviously. Blood magic is very similar to tattoo magic too, because you're obviously releasing blood during tattoos. But it's releasing blood, which can be bad blood. It's bonding, and it's also opening up a hole in your auric field. So if you don't have Hear me right when I say sterile environment. I'm not talking about like a hospital sterility. I'm talking about sterile meaning like feng shui sterile. I mean mentally sterile. I mean uh, cleansed by burning some salt and burning some sage. I mean sterile from the sense of you have some good tunes and harmonics. That's what I mean by sterile. So your auric field is going to have an opening in it, and so you'd be releasing something. And again, that can be good, bad, or indifferent. Everybody has to always, when they're saying something, start from the gray matter and say, it's good, bad, indifferent. I don't know. It's just what you know what you seem to get out of it. And sometimes releasing blood is a good thing. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like you can't. There is no hard and fast and dirty way of looking at anything. Every principle you think exists in its equal opposite reflection to get even better results at times. And the easiest way you can observe that and see that is if you take in poison to the mouth, you're pissing out your panacea. If you take a poisonous substance into the mouth, you piss out the solution. So that's in the same way everywhere in nature you could say there's all of these things that are bad, but you know, good things are there too. Poisonous plants can be used in the right quantities, quite healing. But it takes a master of knowing what plants they are and how to use them in what ways. It's like most people say, don't eat that mushroom, it will kill you. It'll kill the shit out of your ego. You'll think you'll die. And for most people, they might actually kill themselves, throw themselves off a mountain, who knows? But there's certainly a level to, as you know, just getting back to the blood magic, any kind of magic, yeah. You know, there's openings and portals. You're always opening up portals. Karmic Oak Run. Yeah, you can always reverse spells. It's just harder to do. And it's harder to reverse a spell because once you get momentum going in one direction, slowing it down, stopping it, and turning it the other way is always difficult. So this is why you know what you're doing before you're doing it. But you don't have to just deal with the consequences for a year, you know? It's like if you just because you cut yourself, the healing might take a week, right? Oh, what a stupid thing. I got to wait a week. Or you could be like, no, I'm going to pay attention, focus on this, throw some Reiki into it, put some, you know, some herbal remedies on it, and all of a sudden the healing takes place in 2 or 3 days. Same thing can work in magic. Man, I might have to do that, Barbara. I got this chick that got really, really attached to me. She won't leave me the fuck alone. Yeah. Of course, Justin. Oh, nice. Pokeberries. Pokemon. Well, now you know Karmic Run, and knowing is most of the battle. It's no battle at all. So Barbara, do you mind me asking, you used orgasm to remove someone? Like, you just masturbated thinking about them getting out of your life, or did you? What was the method? Because I'm not even joking. Like, this chick just won't leave me the f alone. I had to like block her off my phone and whatever. And she, like, at first I was like, it went on for so long that she wouldn't stop contacting me, and then I was like, man, fine, all right. I talked to her one day. I was like, man, okay, you know, whatever, like, apologies, whatever. Can we just move on here? And now she thinks because I apologized and she apologized that like we're good, and now she thinks that like I don't know, it makes no sense. She's just a crazy person. Yeah, but now don't call people crazy. That's dismissive. Oh, exactly. Okay, cool. Well, hey, I'm gonna do a live ceremonial masturbation session with y'all. And I'm going to get rid of some evil demons. Don't worry, this will only take a second. And that way, if it doesn't work, I'd be like, I had witnesses. They were all here. They said the magic didn't work. Yeah, Al. This happens. This has happened way too many times. Sometimes it's way too much that their mind breaks, and sometimes it's too much. We're like, yeah, he'll turn away for this slapping it around. Yeah. Mm. Hey, so check it out. I gotta check a phone call for 1 second. I might have to get off of here. Hold on. If this shuts down, I'll check you guys later. I'll let it reorganize once, but let me see. All right, there we go. We back. There we go. I got a minute or two. Um, Francis, I thought you just dipped into other modality. Now you back to Francis. Yeah, y'all should pay attention to Francis. He's super master magician. Like this, that's the Pope for real. Francis is a super Pope. Francis is well beyond my magical capacity. I just happen to know shit. Francis can actually implement shit. It's kind of funny. Like I know more than anybody on this planet. I'm happy to say that. I don't. That ain't ego talking. I just happen to know a lot of things, but implementing them, I can't. I ain't the best. Like I know too much. I don't have enough motivation. There's too many things to do. But Francis can throw it out there. Yeah, love Katesh. I don't know, Matt. You know, it's funny. I know you're asking. Asking Barbara, but it's very funny. I don't think about this person, and they just pop up like. So what's up? Are you Jeremiah Ken? Are you Francis or Jeremiah? You got two. You just running two at the same time. What you doing here? Yo, he got that was an evil laugh. That was an evil laugh too. I could tell. Aha. No wifey for the last 7 hours. What up? What up, Zenith? Wifey, yeah, Alcan. The Wi-Fi is the wifey, you know. That's why the wifey is that spider web, huh? The big mother spider in the middle. Yeah, I think the earlier I'm coming back on. Let's see here, karmic okran stuff. I think the earlier we teach people, especially children. Yeah, especially children, as if they're not people. As I go off on a tangent yesterday about treating children like humans, and I say something stupid like that. The earlier we let these tiny little humans in on the secret that everything they're doing is spells and casting spells, and that they're producing magic with everything that they say, the more quickly they'll have respect for their tongue and their language and the way what they speak and how they speak it. You know, we give everyone the keys right away to the master system, and then just go, hey, go off and use it. here's these letters. Go ahead, just throw them together. See what happens. You know, I could hear the evil laugh of the school teacher. You know, if there is some sort of like God and the devil. God took a nap and was like, "Yo, devil, go run this system." The devil was like, "All right, you mean just give him everything, right?" God was like, "Yeah, give him everything." And the devil came down here. God was taking a nap, and devil gave everybody everything. It was like, "Shit, it's all fucked up." And God's like, "No, no, no. I meant give them everything, but just do it in this order. There's a little bit of an order to it, so they don't fuck it all up." And devil's like, "Oh shit." And so everybody's like, "Oh, the devil ruined everything." And no, the devil's like, "Nah, God said give you all everything, give you everything. He said give you keys to the castle, to the temple, to the whole entire creation. He said give you everything, and I just gave you everything, and you're all mad at me." That's what's happened. That is what happened. That is the story. I gave you everything. But I meant, and so God never got mad at the devil, right? In that sense. He never mad at Satan, because he goes, "Shit, you know what? I didn't tell him right. What I meant to say was give them everything, but you have to piecemeal it in order together. Take them on a journey. You can't just give them the whole alphabet. God damn, you just gave them all. You gave them all. See, this is what they were talking about. The tree of good and evil, the tree of knowledge, the tree of the apple. You know, all of this, all of these stories. It was about language. And they were like, here's the 26 letters. Go ahead, play with it. And all the teachers are like throwing letters and languages out there. They don't know what's going on. Then they got confused, wondering why they got to make some of the letters and some of the words illegal. We were talking about Niger and nigger and Nigeria and kings yesterday. And saying like, how funny is it that we're trying to bury words? How funny is it you can't say cunt on the radio? How funny is it you can't say, oh, that's going to offend somebody? How the hell did we get to the point that anybody could be offended by anything? Because they gave us the whole thing and some people confused the language. But getting back to the original of this. All right, Jeremiah Kin. Yeah, man, good to see you as always, Francis. Yeah, and as soon as you let these kids know, and we can call them kids because they're tiny little goats, little goat gods. Ain't nothing wrong with calling somebody a kid. Somebody went off on that. Don't call your child a kid because it means goat. What the fuck is wrong with the goat? Well, you got a problem with Pan the goat? Well, you got a problem with Pan the goat, then you got a problem with me, because I am Pan the goat god. But if we start teaching children the value of each letter, the value of all the words, they'll respect the letters, enunciate. It's very English and proper, There's a certain degree of understanding that they have about how to use language to communicate. Listen to Russell Brand speak. He's a genius. He's a genius. And he's funny too. He's funny as anything. But that kind of idea of having people understand you don't just give somebody a computer and say figure it out. You're like, all right, let's walk you through. Here's how the programs work. That's what we didn't get. So a little tangent there on language. Homeschool, that's what's up. Get my little goats. That's right. Granny. Yeah, that was yesterday. I was busy chatting with you guys, and I don't even know that he was on that show yesterday. I dipped in and checked the show out that they invited me on. I don't know, man. I have this like I'm juggling this 50-50 feeling that I have. Like everything in your life is about, go with your stomach, go with your larger brain, and because I haven't fasted, I'm kind of in between. Like, oh, am I wary about doing this show because I ate some deep fried shrimp yesterday, or is it because I literally just haven't had the correct feeling about going on the show again, But nonetheless, and on top of it, I just don't really care. Like I enjoy doing this. People come to me. I ain't got to go to anybody else. I ain't worried about, you know what I mean? I mean, it'd be nice to be on the show. It'd be nice. I've been on the show before. I just, we'll see. I'll let you all know. Aldrin, that's excellent, man. Cool. Yeah, see, when you at school, you're still getting the real knowledge. You at a university, but you're getting taught universal knowledge. from a real city. Let's see what else we got. I got a couple more minutes. Barbara, you didn't want to expose your daughter to bullies. That's interesting. I've always had two ways of believing in that system. Like the word bully comes from the word bowl or bowel. It's like the lowered ball, the physical world. Like, and I get it, you know. But then there's also that kind of overprotection, hovering thing. And if you never get to know a bully, you're gonna know a bully way later in life that's gonna beat the shit out of you. Like, and I don't mean that in a physical realm. I just mean it like, you know, disturb your consciousness. So I always, you know, I'm not, you know, there's no judgment. I'm just saying, like, I've always wondered about that, like, you know, public versus private versus homeschool. I think they all have their benefits, you know. I think hybridizing that kind of thing, because there's something about socializing people and socializing children within the real world institution of yo, you need to know, like, most of the world isn't like us. Most of the world isn't like you. Most people that you're going to walk around, you know, with are going to be nothing like you. They're not going to understand what you understand. They're going to be like this, and if they don't get exposed and understand that to some degree, it's going to be it's quite the chaotic, you know. And again, I'm just saying this is a larger kind of construct of like, yeah, that's a tough question. You know, homeschooling is obviously the way to go, but there has to be some sort of way to socialize children with literally, like, yo, hey, I don't want you to think that these children are any less than you, even though they are. I don't want you to think that these kids are underneath you, even though they are. I don't want you to think that you're smarter and know that you're smarter, even though you are. Like, because that's a real thing. Like, you're like, these are hybridized, archonic God children that you people are raising. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. Not that these other kids are not. They just happen not to be in the environments to create them. You put a child in an environment and it's going to flourish or not based on that environment. You know? So that's a very interesting thing that I don't have a really great answer for yet. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, man. How much, Alchem? How much do your kids, like? How old are your kids? And how much public, you know, public sector time do you get in? And where are you from again, man? I always forget. Nice. Anima days. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. You know, and a couple things you can do to really upgrade that, Zenith, is aged oil pulling helps keep the mouth clean, as well as obviously oil pulling is great stuff. And that a lot of that, what that's going to be doing too, it's going to be pulling the sucking action in your mouth is going to be help pulling things and blood up to the surface to get it out of your mouth. That way it's going to speed up processes of healing and things. And if you don't have any oil to suck on, you could always find yourself a fancy gentleman. That's right, Florida. What part? You on the west coast of Florida? Yeah, and you know what? The oil pulling is nice because the things in your mouth are going to be fat soluble. So the idea of using the oil is to give it a place to go. It's like you can do water pulling; it's just not going to be as effective. And you can use different substances that are going to be either killing bacteria. So something like a apple cider vinegar would kill the bacteria. Something like aged urine, because of its high ammonia content. But the fats are basically to become something for the poisonous things coming out of your mouth to attach to. Yeah, I think people go too far with the kinds of oils, Zenith. You can use anything, There's some have a little better quality to them. Just do some quick research. Everybody's always on the coconut oil. Coconuts. Wheatgrass is super, super alkaline, like in that sense of like whatever it's doing. I always was overwhelmed by wheatgrass. Wheatgrass was always too much for me. Maybe it was the time and how much detoxing it was doing. But a lot of other green things I use. Oh, now you back into Colorado? Okay. Well, any oil, Zenith, really. Ooh, banana vinegar is awesome. I made banana vinegar one time. Yeah, but you don't want to use vinegar too often because, there's that idea of, ruining the, the enamel on your teeth and all that. So, that's just like once in a while thing, right? The oil is just happened to be a little better conduit. So, grapeseed, yeah. North Colorado. North Colorado. You make me look at a map and see what's around there. Thoughts about using just insane. Anything that you would eat as a healthy human, there's not going to be a problem eating well during pregnancy. It would make absolutely no sense to think that you would need some sort of other diet. If you're already eating healthy, then you shouldn't have worries. I think there's too many stupid things that go into, the ideas of what people need to do when they're pregnant. But that's all based on people that have stupid diets to begin with. If you have an ignorant ass diet, well, yeah, you probably should change it because you want to change your blood, and change your blood becomes what? It's changing the fluidium of your urine, which is actually what your baby is growing in. So if you clean up your blood, you're cleaning up your urine, and you're cleaning up what your baby is growing in. So if your diet is consistent with a healthy lifestyle, so be it. Another, the whole concept of already having a problem with weed is already the problem. Like no one in the past would have ever considered weed to be stupid. Like maybe where weed is now with all the chemicals, yeah, you might think of staying away from all the when I say hybridized, understand what I'm saying. I'm saying anything that the government's put their hands on. If you can get some really low, like just like get to the beginning of the tree, get to the beginning of the source. What are some of the original? You find the people that go, hey, this is one of the original oldest strains of weed. That's probably what you're looking for. Yeah, I got some CBD isolate, but I don't have any way of ingesting it. I don't have any way of adjusting it. I gotta get something to consume that with, because it doesn't work too well eating it, supposedly, and I don't want to waste it because it's expensive. It's like the easiest way is obviously putting it in a rig and torching it. Palmistry is very helpful too. Iridology, palmistry, all of that. I mean, you got to think, the body is hyper-referential. It's holographic. It's a holographic reference. The feet are to the back is to what the hands are to the body, is the face is to the entire body. I mean, it's all redundant, a redundified system. Does the lemon kill stem cells in urine? It seems like they might. It does. I wouldn't mix them. You're still going to get some benefits out of the urine by mixing it with lemon, but it just makes no sense to mix it with lemon. You have to go from the most simple angle. If you're sitting there in the desert, there's no lemon trees, you know? If you're somewhere, if you're in the forest, there's no, the point is, how would you bring yourself to pristine health? You'd have it an onboard system of the cleanest, best water for you. So yeah, so the lemon is, I would do that as at a separate time. Oh yeah, man. You know, you're gonna make me all do some magic right now because it's raining and I have to go do something right now. Let me see. Oh man, I got more chicks on here than I thought. I thought I had all dudes listening to me. Karmic Outrun, you're another one I thought was that had a wiener. Wiener. What a funny word. Karmic Oak Run, didn't you hear me the other day? And this goes for everybody again. Put up, make that orange thing a picture. I don't care. Make it a sigil. Draw yourself a sigil. Go look at my work about magic. Go draw yourself a little sigil. And that way, every time you open up your computer, you got your little sigil to look at, and you're reinforcing and re-empowering an idea that you put into that sigil. It's a subconscious multiplier. So everybody that doesn't have one of those, see, Gary got a picture of himself, so he can just look at his pretty mug every day and just empower himself. And that's why Bap got the art up there. Yeah, realize it's for you, and when other people look at it, they're putting energy into it. You know. That's why, I mean, look at any major corporation has a sigil. Just because you don't call it a sigil, it's a mark. It's the marketing agency. It's the mark of the beast, and the beast just means physicality. So don't anybody ever twist things around and go, "Oh no, it's the beast." The beast just means physical. The beast is a woman. The beast is everything to do with the physical world. Oh, you asked this earlier. Can animals? I don't know anything about that, man. I can't speak on animal consciousness. I think animals are all pretty much awake until dumb assholes. Oh, excuse me. I mean stupid assholes. Wait, excuse me. I meant cheeky assholes feed their animals dog shit. And by shit, I mean dog food. I mean, animals would be healthier eating their own shit than eating dog food. So, if anybody's feeding their dog food, you're making it insane. You know how you can test this out and make it provable? You can go take some dog food yourself and eat it and see what happens to you. We are very much animals inside. We are the beasts inside, Gary. Oh shit, you done work for Ford and Coke? That's awesome, man. Hey, you put your thing up here yesterday, and I realized again that afterwards I can't go back and see these things. So hit me up with that. Hit me up with your. You said you did a video and some of your artwork or whatever. Hit me up on just go to this video or one of my other videos and post it there so that I can get back to it because I don't get to see these again. Or just hit me up on my email. The Zen Alchemistry one. Have I seen work by Chiron last? It sounds familiar. Zenith, the connecting. Yeah, I mean, he's not alive in that picture per se. It's just a portal. Yeah, that's what's up. Raw meat and veggies is what's up. And you can always upgrade from, like, if you don't want to still F with the meat, man. I don't know if you seen my dog the other day. My dog Meatwad. She's a pit lab. She's almost 13 and she's been a vegetarian for most of her life. And you know, she gets into the fish. She does the pescatarian, whatever. And she's healthy as anything, man. Their diet shouldn't be too much different than ours. They don't need raw meat. You know what I mean? If you still with it, cool, man, whatever. But if you want to upgrade and see what happens, fruit smoothies. That's what's up, Barbara. See, people like, oh, dogs can't have fruit. My dog, everything dogs aren't supposed to have, my dog eats. Broccoli, chocolate, fuck yeah. Well, thanks, man. Bat, you gonna do me a private video? That's wicked, man. I appreciate it. Natasha, are you asking if I'm a mystic? Who said I'm a mystic? I don't, shit, I'm just here. I don't know anything about it. You say a Robert Plant, the musician? Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Gary. But yeah, anything that's coming out of factory is dog shit. That's just that simple. I mean, that ain't protein. That's shit, you know? The easiest way to go about it is beans and rice. It's cheaper, it's healthier. They're getting they're getting actual food. It's not crude protein. I mean, think about animals in other cultures, especially vegetarian cultures. They're not going out and hunting down animals so their dogs can eat. I mean, all the dogs in India, the vegetarian, like, go to Gujarat in India. Like, my ex-girlfriend is from there. She's like, they go there and the dogs are just running through the streets eating their vegetarian, like, food. Awesome animals, vegetarian, healthy. Like, yeah, man. And the amount of poisons and garbage they're putting in there. Yeah, Barbara, you heard about why she hated pretzels. Yeah, I put some drugs in there one time. Gary, it's okay though, man. Get all that chemical out your dog is easy. You just want to get on the same way you would do it. You know what dogs eat? They'll eat dirt. So you want like a clay, put a little bit of clay, a little bit of mud, a little bit, like that. Like they want to eat that to pull all that crap out their body. It's the same way you would do a detox. Yeah, man, beans and rice, man. It's been it's too classic, man. I mean, it's in every culture. It's there for a reason. Beans and rice, man. Natasha, are you still? Brothers and sisters need to know. Good enough. Yeah, the meat thing, man. The meat is the biggest. Nobody needs meat. Nothing needs meat. It's hard to get into. It's hard to get into that with a lot of people, but when you understand truly, absolutely, unquestionably what nutrition is, you come to a quicker understanding. I mean, I always say it like this. You put your dog out there in the hood with a hippo and a rhino. Let's talk about that. What is the hippo and the rhino eating? What is an elephant, a hippo, and a rhino? What do they have in common? Thick skin, gray, gigantic, and will whoop your ass. And they're all vegetarian. So, like, how is it that they somehow managed to survive that way? And especially when the idea of getting into this larger thing of, I'll handle this business real quick. How this works in the world, you'd call it the, how do I put it? People are like, oh, the undomesticated animals, the feral, the wild outback. You know how that works? You know how it works out there? Well, these animals that are meat eaters, they're actually part of the process for the other animals. What they do is they wait for the weakest animal and they take that. Not because they couldn't beat up and kill the strongest, but they're doing a service to the culture that is the other species. The lion goes and attacks the weak, broken down antelope. That weak antelope, they don't want to procreate. And so it's actually doing a service to that energetic system, which is antilopian. It's not about eating the meat. It's not about murdering. It's not, and this is why you can find all of these animals at the watering pond together. In fact, they might even be functioning together at the watering hole. No one's hungry, everyone's fed, everything's good. But yet, when that thing comes around and you see all these animals on Animal Planet getting attacked, it's a service being done. Fish don't have hearts. Yeah, and fish also. Fish is I've gone off too many times. Fish do not have a soul. Fish are not do not have a spirit. Fish are dead to begin with. Fish are fish should be eaten by people that live near the ocean. That's just for me. If you live near a pond or an ocean, I think that's part of your. I think that should be part of what you're eating. Obviously, where we are today and what's going on in the world, and like if you live inland, well, shit, you shouldn't be getting your fish driven to you. That's not organic. That ain't what's up. If you live on an island, you should be eating fruits, eating fish, drinking warm beer. That's life. That's what's up. You shouldn't have a refrigerator. You shouldn't be shipping off fish somewhere. And if those fish are going somewhere, you know what they're doing with it? They're drying it out. They're smoking it. All right, Zenith. It's a message I was to tell you all from the source creator. Well, thank you, Natasha. I'm the source creator as well. So, and my message is, if y'all want to eat fish, eat fish. That's my message. I mean, let's be honest here. Some people aren't in places where they can get very good food. Sometimes fish is the better option. Sometimes fish is a much better option. It's healthier. Sometimes, you need to tell somebody in Alaska. You're going to tell somebody in Alaska not to eat the blubber of a whale? That's insane. So my source creator says live locally and do it with respect. And, I don't think anyone should eat animals per se. But I'm saying if you have to and you lived in Alaska and you ain't eating fruits. This is all these people that want to be vegan, living. Oh, you don't do any harm to the animals. Yeah, okay. Go talk to the people living in Alaska and in these really cold climates, and tell me about all the fruit they should be eating. They should be fruitarians. They should be vegetarians. There ain't no motherfucking vegetables. There ain't no motherfucking fruit. You know what they should be eating? They should be eating stew from the roots that they dig up, and they should be eating the fish that they're catching. That's what they should be eating. So. We must have different creators, Natasha. I must come from a different source. I'm just playing. I love you, Natasha. Your creator just happens to be wrong about that one. You know what, Justin? I haven't gotten to the point of really doing much with my water, other than re-encouraging it with my own, just cycling it. But I need to get there. I'll get there soon. But yeah, Shungite's a good idea. Was that Nirvana that said that, Justin Sane? I think it was that chick. It wasn't Nirvana. Or maybe they did say it too, but it's a song by, was it Portishead maybe? Portishead? Can of sardines. Watch out for all that heavy metal you can be getting in that sardine. For me, the problem with the vegan thing isn't the fact of it's that they're following a leader and they have they're just doing it because they're told to do it. They're brain dead automatons. I don't care if the outcome and their conclusion is healthy, meaning don't eat meat because it's unhealthy. Yeah, that's the correct. But the reason why is just steeped in stupidity and ignorance and follow the leader and religious notions and churches and I mean, why else they got, oh, I'm a vegan, here's my shirt, hey, we're gonna go to the vegan festival. Oh yeah, you're not a cult, you're not a yeah, but you're not a cult, but I guarantee if I show up to your vegan festival eating a fish po' boy, you're gonna have a lot to say. You're gonna tell me as a vegan, well, I'm a vegan, and we respect all life except for other humans that, well, you don't get to choose because, man, yeah, the last 2 years of my life I've been vegan, and then I gotta go, what about the last 18 years of your life? Does everybody got to be at the same point of their evolution as a consciousness as where you are? And that to me always makes me, when I see a vegan preaching shit, my first feeling in my heart is you can suck the shit out of my asshole, you pile of shit. That's my feeling. That's just how I feel, That's not me thinking about it. It's just what's running through my system. And I feel a lot of animosity and anger towards vegans because of how self-righteous and clueless they all are, and how they're the next stage in evolution of Christianity and the church. They're another church. Like, if you ain't gonna let me walk into your vegan movement with all of my problems and all of the things, like the land of America, where we'll harbor all of your poor and weak, yet and we don't want nobody here anymore. And the church that says to let anybody in the doors, but nah, not the junkie, not the drug addict. And then the vegan, oh no, we love everybody except for if you eat meat. And then if I come to the vegan house, the vegan committee, and I have my worries and my wars that I'm fighting, but if I'm eating a fish, they're gonna be pissed at me, tell me they're not a cult. Right. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call bullshit on that. But hey, what do I know? I don't know. Love Katesh, we gonna do this again? Choosing to feel is not the words, man. Choosing to feel, no. If someone kicks you in your shin, that is a feeling. What you choose to do after that is called emotion. Emotions come from ideas about the future and the past. It's not a feeling and emotions are two different things. And once again, no human is separate from feelings or brief encounters with emotions, because you'd be dead and you wouldn't be on this world. And it's to me, someone that talks like that, it gets back into this, oh, you're choosing to feel that way. No. If I hit you in the face with a bat, tell me all about it. Oh, well, that's okay. You did that. You just, you were going through some things. I don't hold any grudges against you. Yeah, that's fine and dandy, but you're definitely going to be feeling a way. I always get into this thing like, is it people are choosing to use the wrong words on purpose? Are they not knowing what they're saying? Or are they just coming from this love and light dogma? And it's like, no, people do not choose how they feel. You feel the way you feel. It's just that simple. A club is used as an organization. You know what a club is? It hits someone over the head. And that's why, like, right now, like, am I emotionally driven by anything? I don't know. Do I feel a certain way? I don't know. Like, I'm good right now. Is my body loose and fluid? Is my mind capable of just going anywhere I want with this conversation now? Yeah. Am I tied to those ideas? No. So my ideas and the way I express them are not coordinated by emotions. My feeling about it is. My feeling, if I walk up next to somebody that is vibing all wrong, it's like if you're walking, you can feel somebody behind you. Let me use this idea. You can feel someone looking at you behind you. You can feel them. You're not emoting. There's no emotion. You can feel someone looking at you. And so that is the way I feel about these kind of things, because I've been in those places with that kind of energy. You can feel a certain way inside certain buildings, around certain people. That's a feeling. It's not me qualifying how I emotionally think about their club or organization, or what onslaught of insanity they're going to bring to the future, or where they came from. It has nothing to do that when I'm speaking, at least, and I just choose to express myself this way. And I can stop and move and change any way I want. Can most people do that? No. And are the people in the organizations like that follow that dictate? They're completely consumed with emotions. They don't have very much to do with feelings, especially considering the food they're eating is void of feeling. The food they're eating is plasticized, therefore has no vibration, therefore is dead. They're part of a dead world. They have nothing to do with feeling. All they're working with is emotions, which is the past and the future. This is why vegans will tell you all about how you're ruining the planet. We've ruined the planet. Here's how to fix it, because they're dealing with paradigms from the future and the past, which is where death is. In the future and the past, they're not living. They're dead people. They're dealing with emotions, not feelings. I'm dealing with feelings, 100% actuality, fact of the moment, right now, here, place, present situation. That's all. And we just move on from there. So it doesn't take away from the fact of what feelings and what death is. And when again, choosing to feel, this is not choosing. It's not about choice. How can people not get caught up in the words, Katesh? The world is made out of words. You know that. Power of choice. Choice. I mean, choice of what? What are we talking? I mean, I feel like you're playing a semantic game right now. What are we talking about now? Choice of what? I'm talking about choice of emotion or feeling, choice of future and past or present. I presently feel. That's what I deal with. I presently feel this way. People that are involved in organizations are dealing with dictates of the past and the future. They're dealing with dead things. And people that are part of, I don't think that I emote that way about Christianity. I don't think I emote that way about veganism. I feel that way about both of those organizations. I walk into churches. I know what it feels like to be in those places with those people. I'm not attaching myself to things. If I take an electrical cord and I stick it up to you, you'll feel that shock. That's what I'm talking about. The shock and awe of being actually alive in the feeling moment of the present. You don't get to choose whether you feel sticking your finger into a wall socket. You don't choose that. So for you to continually say, well, you get to choose how you feel? No, you don't. And is that a failure in language? Yes. So yes, I am in a sense. Yes. Let's choose the words correctly, because what we have power over is our ability to choose the words we use, not the ability to choose our feelings. That's wrong. That's just wrong. Power is the master choice. No. Power no, there's no mastering choice, there's mastering words, and in that sense you can choose the words. So yeah, I guess we can agree on that. Oh, that's so awesome. Natasha, I'm glad you kicked the salt habit and get all the energetic this all gets into like electrical, the electrical universe theory. We're just batteries that we need to charge up somehow. See that the whole all the things I've been doing here with the salt is a gift. It's all a gift to all the women out there, because man, that's gotta suck to be having a period for 5 days and have to deal with all the emotions. Because when you cut that period down to a day, you cut down the emotions down to a day, and because basically you're dealing with you're being assaulted with emotions from that you're carrying that you shouldn't be, and it's all because of the salt matrix and the moon matrix. And as soon as you get rid of all that salt, the period goes down, the emotions go down, the balance comes into order. And you know what? It's all selfish for me. You gotta fix all the women in the Mother Earth and everything, and that helps me. So I gotta deal with crazy women running around when the moon is full. Not that there aren't like multitudes of crazy men, myself included in that. Awesome. Only one for I. Any videos on manifesting? Man, everything I've done is about magic and manifesting. Look into my earlier works on magic and sigils and creating god forms and egregors. There's a bunch of different ones I was doing on different kind of sigils, and I definitely in there get into pretty deep talks about how you go about it. But I'm almost finished here for now because I gotta get out this house. I mean, yesterday was all it was all rainy, so I didn't get to go outside, and I gotta go meet somebody for a lunch. So yeah, only one for I. Next time, yeah, come through again, man. I dig into these real deep for people. So sorry you got on here a little late. Yeah, manifesting's a pretty big one, but go check out my ones on magic, and then we'll go from there. I'll chat with you next time. Love Katesh. Nice. The world ain't real. Well, shit, it's pretty real. You holding them babies there, huh? It is pretty real. Dude, you're choosing to put your finger in a socket? Oh, come on. Yeah, you get some. Hey, well, it ain't real. It ain't real, love. You said it yourself. It ain't real. This computer ain't real. The electricity ain't real. Come on. You go read some Noam Chomsky, and then we'll have a talk. We'll play with language. All right, y'all. It's been fun. It's good to see you, Love Katesh, Gary, Justin. And vitamin pills healthy. Come on. You should know me. You should know this by now. Absolutely not. All right, Natasha and Jordan, we'll talk soon. And everybody else, Reza. And Barbara and all y'all. Okay, we'll chat soon, y'all. Do good things. If you can't do that, do better ones.